Alright, everyone. We are in for a treat today. It's going to be a little bit of a blast from the past. Total War. Not the Total War with guns, Follow the Samurai, but Total War, the classic from over 10 years ago. It's still basically we're going to play the Battle of Sekigahara. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but there's a series on Netflix called Age of the Samurai. You can watch that if you want to know more about this time period, the 1600s. But basically, Japan was a feudal state in a lot of warring factions, and there's just one samurai who united the entire country and became the first shogun. So we're gonna play that. I didn't know very much about the original Shogun 2, and the first time I played the map, I tried to play it like it was some of the more modern games, right? With gunpowder and cannons. It doesn't work that way. It's very much more rock, paper, scissors, right? So let's get this started and see where we can go with it. The starting cinematic is pretty interesting to watch because it gives you sort of a clue what we have to do to win, right? And if we're gonna win, it's sort of like what I mentioned, the rock, paper, scissors. You have the sword samurai, you have the spearmen, you have the bowmen, and then you have the horses. I mean, this is traditional for all Total War games, right? But I really sort of underestimated how important it was in these older games, right? So let's give it a watch.
Beauty and harmony, governed by one eternal law. All that begins must end. The reign of the old shogunate is over.
This is a cinematic from Fall of the Samurai with the guns. We're not going to play that, but might as well kind of watch it, see what we're dealing with. I don't know if they actually did this, send their best warrior out. Alright, so where we're going, the 1600s, this is going to be the best kind of soldier, the samurai. I mean, he gets killed by an arrow here, but in the game it's a lot harder to kill the samurai with arrows. All right, let's do this. Basically, we're going to historical battles, and we're playing this one here on very hard, of course. And we're not playing the first Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. We're playing the other side, right? So in history, this guy Ishida gets crushed. Hopefully I'm not mangling the names. Mitsunari, he gets crushed by Tokugawa and Ieyasu, Tokugawa Ieyasu, and this guy becomes the first shogun in Japan, right? But we're not gonna lose this time, and we're not gonna lose because I played this quite a few times, and I think I know exactly how to beat it. I didn't really understand the game mechanics the first 3 times I played it, so I made a lot of blunders. But basically, it's going to be rock, paper, scissors, and we're gonna have to know when and where the enemy troops are going to come and even betray us. You're gonna see in a second when basically the cinematic tells you that your allies are not reliable.
Lord Mitsunari arrived at Sekigahara before Lord Ieyasu and camped on Mount Sasao. During the night, Ieyasu's men made the difficult journey around Mount Nangu and entered Sekigahara, all the while hidden by a heavy mist. Such was the mist that leading units on both sides accidentally and briefly clashed. As the mist burnt away, I could see Lord Ieyasu's command post set up at the foot of Mount Nangu. His men took their positions on the battlefield. The young Lord Hideaki has taken an excellent position on Mount Matsu. However, there are rumors of a plot by Hideaki to betray Lord Mitsunari. I, Otani Yoshitsugu, had placed my troops in front of Lord Hideaki's force. I'm concerned that other betrayals and insults will bear fruit. Will Lord Shimazu fight after the insults he endured from Lord Mitsunari?
Spoiler, he doesn't fight. So the green soldiers on your side, they don't fight. You can sort of force them to fight by making Ieyasu's troops walk into them, these green ones, but they're not going to fight. They're just going to stand here for the entire match. To try and get them to fight, you got to move in a specific way, and we are going to move in that specific way. So let's take a look at what we have here. We're all the yellow troops, right? And basically, we have the rock, paper, scissors. You have the bowmen. They're good against unarmored troops. And then you have the spearmen, the Yari Ashigaru. They're better against horsemen. They're good against horsemen. And if you have to force them to fight swordsmen, you can put them into a spear wall too, right? So they have this ability, Yari wall formation. The spear wall is really good against horsemen, but it's all fairly bad against even with the spear wall, it's not good against real samurai, right? So real samurai, we have basically here, they have katana samurai. They have the katanas and they're armored. These are your heavy, I don't want to call them heavy infantry because they're just infantry, but basically they're anti-infantry troops, right? Katana samurai can kill, in 1 pound for pound, they can kill any infantry, right? And then we have the katana cavalry. They're half the size of a katana samurai. Basically the same unit but on a horse, right? And if you're on a horse, you're very, very mobile. That's the obvious advantage. But also you can charge. Now, if we look at units charge, it's only a 15 charge bonus compared to a melee attack of 18. So it's not really that much of a difference, right? The better thing is to basically put them into this wedge formation here when you do the charge, and we are going to use the wedge formation. But another interesting thing is this mount here. We only have 4 katana samurai units. Basically, we can be overrun by their katana samurai unless we're very careful with our horsemen and we can dismount and fight. So sort of like dragoons 200 years later, you can get off the horse and you can fight and you're just as good as, you don't have the weaknesses of being on a horse anymore, right? Namely against spearmen. So spearmen, they can kill you very fast if you're on a horse. If you're not on a horse, you just become like another one of these katana samurai, right? So katana samurai, anti-infantry, spearmen, anti-horse, bowmen are anti-spearmen because the spearmen don't actually have a lot of armor, right? They've got 2 armor, and the katana samurai have 5 armor, right? And the horsemen actually have the most armor. They have 7 armor, so they're very these bowmen are very bad against horsemen, supposedly, right? At least that's how. I don't know exactly how the game mechanic calculations work. Probably I could wiki them, but I'm not going to because I'm pretty sure I know how to beat this map. And then we have the general unit, right? The general unit is very interesting because he's got this stand and fight ability. When you do that, everyone gets out and they sort of stand in a square, sort of like a square formation. But basically this blue circle goes out. Unless you do that, the blue circle is very, very small, right? You have to put your general basically in danger to give the bonus to any of the troops, right? General nearby, here, general nearby. But this blue circle is where the bonus is, where he gives the bonus to fighting. And you can also use this inspire ability, which we will be using at a key point in the battle, right? So that's what we've got here. Now, these blue units, what's going to happen is these green units here, they're not going to join you in the fight. The only reason they're going to fight is if the enemy walks into them and they're forced to fight, right? And then on this hill here, we have Kobe Yakawa's units, and he's going to betray you, right? As the cinematic foretold, he's going to come down, he's going to fight you and try to attack you and kill you. And what he's got is he's got some katana samurai, more katana samurai here, some yari here, and down here, negata samurai. And these are a big pain in the ass because they're actually heavy infantry. The best way for you to kill them is with your katana samurai, but it's almost like a battle of attrition, right? You can't really deal with them very well, right? So the plan will be when they do betray you, you're gonna block this fort here with your samurai, and hopefully, by blocking this fort, with the presence of your general and your bowmen, you can barely eke out a victory, right? It's very, very touch and go with these because katana samurai actually don't have any weaknesses. Their weakness would be being charged by cavalry. So what you can use is, it's called a hammer and anvil tactic. Now on this whole plane here, we're going to use the hammer and anvil to basically rout a lot of Ieyasu's units, right? They're going to come in, trickle in one by one, and we're going to use hammer and anvil. But here at this river ford, we cannot use hammer and anvil because they've got so many here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more units that we can't afford to let them get free because they're very, very good. So we're gonna block them right at this ford, but that means there is no hammer and anvil because the anvil can't go around, right? There's no place for the horsemen to go. And the reason why we have to block it up is because Ieyasu's troops here, they're going to be coming for us too, right? So maybe we can let them come in once the battle is a little bit more even, right? But it's not good to depend on that. I would rather just depend on my samurai. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of these anti-infantry troops, and the only way that we're gonna win, what I'm thinking is it's gonna be a battle of attrition here. The samurai are gonna stand here in this fort here and this one here. They come in this north one mostly, but a little bit in the center one. and then we're gonna just slowly poke at them with the bowmen, and then we're gonna barely win. That's how it's gonna be in hard mode, right? As for the rest of these, you're gonna see we're gonna route them one by one, hammer and anvil, and this victory, it will be, if I win, it's gonna be a very close victory, right? And I'm sure there's another way of winning. Maybe some guy has some way of winning here that's a decisive victory. I don't know. I think I read about this technique on a forum post last night, but this is a way of doing it on very hard, right? This is not how it happened historically, right? Basically, the Ieyasu would win and crush us, but that's not going to happen now. Alright, so what's the first thing we do on this map? The first thing we do is we're going to pick these Yari Ashigaru. There's two on the right flank, right? And what you need to do is you've got to put them not in this river ford here. This is the first river ford here, right? This is the first river ford here, but closer to the second river ford here, and the horsemen are gonna charge straight up the second river ford like this. So what we need to do is sort of put them like this. Now, when I first started playing this, I was like, okay, let's make them a long, thin line like this, but it's not how it works, because this isn't the age of gunpowder, right? We're still dealing with spearmen, so this is basically sort of like a phalanx. You want a mass of soldiers together, and a thick enough mass to absorb the cavalry charge, right? And I don't know how it worked in real life, whether or not the Japanese really trained their horses to run into a wall of spears. But if you make it a thin line like this, they can actually charge through the rank of three spears. So what you want to do is something like this, right? The ideal size, something like that. It's going to be 10 ranks deep, 10 ranks deep, and you'll have you have enough mass to fight the horsemen. Right behind them, we're gonna put a few bowmen, whatever good that's going to do. These bow ashigaru. Put them back like this, right? It's not gonna really do much, but it is gonna serve as sort of a. They managed to get a little bit of kills on the horses. I don't know why, even though the horses have more armor. Maybe when horses are engaged in melee and you shoot them with a lot of arrows, it really kills a lot of them, right? And next we're going to put, of course, our general. Now the general, what you want to do is put him into loose formation here, so that the general is spread out, and the bonus, his malice, is as big as possible, right? The blue circle here, and we're going to send him like that. So that's the deal with the initial cavalry charge. We're going to basically deal with it like this. It's a little bit too far in front. Ideally, we want to put it a little bit back, and maybe we'll just adjust it now just to put it a little bit back, right? So we have this Yari Ashigaru. Let's put him back like this, and then put the general back like this. And then we'll put these two bowmen here on the left flank, a little bit further back, right? Like that. There. Now, what next? Next thing we gotta do is get our katana cavalry. Now, these katana cavalry here, press control to pick one, not shift. The shift will basically pick the units in order. That's not what you want. There's two katana cavalry here. We'll set up to wedge formation and put them over here in the top of the plane here. The reason why we want to go over here is because you'll see in a minute the units are coming across this sort of bridge, and we want to use our horsemen to attack their bowmen and their matchlock samurai. So what are matchlock samurai? The samurai with guns, but the guns in this period are really very very primitive, right? It's basically they need support to be able to fight properly, and because the computer is going to send their units in one by one, we're going to ambush them as they're coming across this bridge and kill them, right? And let's send the rest of these three horses here, right over here. And what we're going to use these for is to do sort of the same thing, because we know. Now, how do I know where to put my soldiers? I've played the map before, so I know where they're going to come. I suppose you could sort of predict it if you're really good at this game and you didn't know where the soldiers are going to go, but we don't need to do that. Now let's take a look at the katana samurai here. These are your infantry, and we gotta keep them alive for as long as possible. And the reason is that they will be useful for killing everything, right? We need katana samurai to kill anything at all. They're your firepower. Bowmen are not very good at killing things. They're sort of good at weakening the morale. Even if you have all these 5 bowmen, it's not like guns, right? In the later Total War games with the guns, you can basically rout whole units with a single volley of bullets, right? Now for these, you don't really kill very much at all. Basically, you sort of poke at them with your arrows, right? That's the way this rock paper scissors thing works, right? Now these 3 in the center, the Yari Ashigaru, these are what you're gonna use as your anvil, right? So your anvil is your spearmen, and you're gonna try to use your spearmen whenever possible to sort of pin the enemy in place, right? And then attack them in the rear with cavalry or the flank with samurai, right? That's how it's gonna work. So let's get this party started. One thing you gotta watch out for is this unit of bowmen here. You gotta send them back this way across this bridge, right? Because otherwise the unit of bowmen is not gonna go. And you will send the rest of your bowmen like this, right? So keep your katana samurai in reserve. And a little later on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna block the forwards with your katana samurai. I mean, it's a little bit too far back for my taste. So what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be further in front like this. That way, I'm sort of further in front, and I'm able to reinforce the. I'm able to block the forward if I need to. And I'm able to use my arrows here, right? Now let's do that. I don't think the bowmen are actually necessary to basically beat the horses, but the last time that I beat the horses, I did it with bowmen. So let's make sure that the bowmen are here. This. And there we go. Now press P and press P again to make sure that everyone is walking. Alright, these 2 arrows here, it means everyone is running. So it's moving fast. Everyone is moving fast. And what we're gonna see is the horsemen here are coming up. Here they are, the horsemen. Yari cavalry, and here are another Yari cavalry. So they're basically cavalry with spears. So you do not want to fight them with your own horsemen, because they will rock your horsemen. Right, so this is the whole rock paper scissors aspect of it. Now I have to get this right, where they're gonna come, because if I don't, I'll be screwed, right? So let's make sure that I do get this perfectly right here. Bo Yari Ashigaru. and they're gonna come across like this. So let's turn this around like this, make sure it's perfect like this. And these bow ashigaru will be like this. The horsemen are coming around. Now, these bowmen here that are coming across, now that they're here, you can now send them across like this. And here come the Yari cavalry. We have the spearmen coming. Here we go. Let's get them into spear mode. It's a little bit early, and hopefully I catch them. I mean, it's a little bit screwed here, right? I am not exactly doing this correctly, and what I want to do is, I don't want the horsemen to come after my horsemen. Here they come, here they come. Okay, good. And let's send in the general. The general is going to be right over here. Make sure he's not too close. I don't want him hit by the horsemen first. Alright, there we go. Send in the general. There we go. What you can do is you can use an Inspire right now. It's going to be a while until we use the second Inspire. I think a minute. It's not really necessary, but you can do this, stand and fight, and it'll boost the attack abilities, the bonuses that are being given, right? Wavering, confident. You want to hit the wavering one, so let's hit that. This one here. There we go. And here are Katana Samurai. Here's more Katana Samurai you have to fight, right? We don't want to fight Katana Samurai with our own Katana Samurai because we want to save our Katana people, right? So definitely we want to save our Katana Samurai, and we want to fight them only with we want to use the hammer and anvil tactic, right? Basically, we want to send our spearmen to pin them, then we attack them on the flanks with our samurai, or in the rear with our horsemen, right? So that's how it's basically going to work. Now, as you see this, the horsemen are basically being destroyed, right? I mean, and I gave them the bonus. I don't know if the bonus fully applies until you go into the square, but that's what it is here. And I mean, we turned on the stand and fight a little bit early, so maybe now, I mean, it may have been a mistake, because now I need 24 seconds to go away from stand and fight, right? But let's see where we got here. Here's two Go Ishigaru, and turn off the Yari wall formation. We will be fighting these Katana Samurai here. So we managed to do it, we killed them. Now these horsemen here, these three at the back, we're gonna send them against the matchlock samurai, the bowmen, right? These are the samurai with the guns. They're very, very good against people with guns, against these spearmen, but unfortunately they're not going to be hit by the spearmen. They're going to be hit by these horsemen, right? And that's what's going to happen here. I mean, let's have this happen. Let's have one of these go. I mean, both of them are going here, right? Both of them are going this way. We are going to be running here. You gotta check on the run sometimes, because sometimes it's hard to check on the running, right? Now let's send in the horsemen in the rear here, the wedge formation, and we have this sort of hammer and anvil tactic, right? The anvil is the spearman, and let's do this. We might have to move the bowmen back a bit. I want all the spearmen to fight first before. Okay, there we go. Now they're going like this, so let's do this. And we've got the bowmen shooting them like this. More bowmen here. 2 more bowmen here. We can shoot like this. Now these matchlock samurai are also being rocked here. They're being totally destroyed. And what we can do here is to get the katana samurai at the fort, because it takes a while to walk over there, right? And I don't want to be caught in a position where it's not ready, right? So we're gonna do it here and probably here as well. Basically they don't have any you see, we're already starting to block because we're anticipating that our ally will betray us, and hit him like this on this, and also hit him like this. Now this whole thing should rout now, right? It's totally gone. Even this anvil was unnecessary. Hammer and anvil, right? We have this hammer and anvil, but we don't even need the anvil, right? So let's do this here. The next thing that we've got to do is we've got to deal with these 2 katana samurai. The same way, we're gonna send our Yari, and we'll turn them off the wall formation, and then send them as a solid mass against the katana samurai, right? And now all of our bow samurai have joined the battle. So let's get them a little bit closer here, and our general as well. We can turn off the stand and fight now, because it's been the 24 seconds, and we can position him to help out help these out. You have to turn off the wedge formation sometimes to get them to fight. And now the matchlocks are being utterly destroyed, right? That's how we're gonna do it here. Now the Yari here, Ashigaru, you have them like this here. And we have another Yari Ashigaru here, right? And we have another one here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is still coming. 5. So we have all 5 of our spearmen in this area here, and we can go like this, and have our spearmen ready to engage the katana samurai. Now, the other thing that we need is to basically we need to shatter. We need to send our troops over to kill the general. So we have these three samurai on these horsemen here. Let's bring up here. Beating these 2 katana samurai will take a bit of work. And we need to send our horsemen here to defeat this the general. Now the question is, do we want to beat this matchlock samurai? Because what happens is often it's joined with this one here, the katana samurai. And another thing that will happen is they don't they get stuck sort of in the middle of the river here, and you can't send all the horses. So let them cross the river first before you engage. Now let's come back here. We're looking at our Yari Ashigaru here, and they're all set up to join the spear wall here. Katana samurai, get them out of here. You want to save your katana samurai, right? You want to save them. Maybe keep them on the flanks in case you have a chance to engage, but you really want to save them. And these bow ashigaru here, send them in to do to sort of pick away at the katana samurai. They won't do much damage, but they can damage morale quite a bit. So we send here. I mean, here's more katana samurai. We don't want them here. We want the katana samurai to be saved, right? So make sure you save them. And these two spear groups, we want the spearmen to come in and engage, right? Now these ones here, wavering matchlock samurai. It seems like these matchlock samurai have survived much longer than I anticipated, and the enemy is crossing here, the katana samurai, right? So really, it's quite annoying that this bow unit has lasted longer than anticipated, right? But what you can do here is get these spears ready. I mean, not these ones here, right? We don't want these ones. These ones I want to keep them marching towards these ones here, and now they will attack like this, right? Now there's a lot of matchlock samurai who are right here. Let's send them all the way back, because it looks like they failed to kill the matchlock samurai, which is really annoying because I wanted to sort of overrun them, right? I don't know why they lasted as long as they did. Maybe they were not in wedge formation. These ones were particularly stronger. They should have routed much earlier, right? Then I should have engaged those, and these two should not come over, right? So there's two groups of katana samurai coming. You might have to adjust your tactics in this battle a little bit sometimes. It's good to go here because that's away from them, right? Now you've got this here and these two spear here, and you want to send them in like this. And you can stand and fight again here. It's not an ideal spot. I should have put it here because they're gonna come over here. You're gonna need them over here, right? And you send them like this here and like this. Now I'm running my horses away, just because I want to. Maybe I can get some kills on the matchlock samurai there. And now we want to send more of these Yari Ashigaru on the and then we will send the hammer and anvil tactic here, right? Try and hit him with the rear like this. And let's send these bowmen this way, right? the bowmen are coming this way. It looks like that the enemy is coming much more closer than I would like. These katana samurai may be coming for me. If that's the case, then I mean I don't think so. I think they're gonna come for this green hill here. But let's see where they're going. We can engage and win regardless, right? Fine with it. The horsemen are going in. They're fighting. It's gonna say...
Lord, the Shimazu will not commit to battle. Apparently, a messenger has offended their owner by not dismounting when delivering a message.
Right. There's the betrayal, the first betrayal. You know, they're not gonna fight you. This horse charge in the back should destroy them now. There we go. I mean, let's keep all the horsemen together now. And what we can do is we can use them to hit the enemy units in the rear, or even dismount and fight as samurai as if we need to, right? So we have katana samurai here, 2 Yari Ashigaru, matchlock and matchlock, 2 matchlock. We can use our horsemen as samurai if we need to, right? So we definitely can do that. Now we have these bow ashigaru here, the bowmen, and remember, even though there are a lot, it looks like there's 5 of them. They're not guns, right? And because they're not guns, it's really, really hard to get any sort of kills with these, right? You have to pin them. You really have to pin them, and then you have to send in your horses to fight them, right? There's no way around it. You have to use them like that, right? So turn off the spear wall, and then they can move faster, and you can move them in to basically force them to fight the spearmen, right? That's the only way to do it. And we have our samurai here ready for when the assault happens, the betrayal. We don't want to be on water. We want to be on just on top of the water, right? We want 1-for-1 the samurai, right? We want a 1-on-1 man-on-man fight with samurai, because samurai are good like that, right? Now let's see here what we've got here. We have our horsemen moving in. We're gonna send all our horsemen to fight the matchlock samurai here. Matchlock samurai. Let's shoot them. I mean, they're lightly armored, right? I mean, they're gonna take a few bullets, the bowmen, but bowmen are pretty useless anyway. I don't mind if my bowmen have relatively high casualties, right? I'm fine with that. The reason being that bowmen are not gonna decide the battle or not, right? It looks like the matchlock samurai are confident. They're not going to be so confident for very much longer once they get smashed. I mean, let's go over here. We can perform hammer and anvil on these ones here. Let's bring the bowman a little further back, right? And the main thing is we don't want to sacrifice our katana samurai in any sort of pitched battle, right? We want to keep them alive as long as possible, because they're going to be the ones that determine the fate of the battle, right? As it should be. Now, I mean, hopefully this doesn't slow them down so much that they can't catch up to them. It would suck if that's the case, right? I mean, it is the case, it looks like. I may have to use one of my katana samurai to engage. if I can't get them, can't catch them. I mean, you can always do this, right? Now they're sort of coming around the other way. I mean, that was kind of bad micro on my part that I did this. And they're running across like this. I mean, let's engage with the Katana Samurai. Fortunately, it looks like there's not very much choice. Get this bowman here. Disengage. Here we go. And they're not running. That's another problem. When you click the unit to go, they're not running, right? That's another major problem. And now these ones might be attacked in the rear, so I don't want them to be attacked in the rear, right? And I want them to use the wall. I mean, they're gonna get slaughtered by the Katana Samurai, but that's fine. That's what I expected. But here we go. Let's send in the horsemen. Try to hammer and anvil that thing. I mean, it's a little bit less than ideal, but whatever. It's still happening, right? You're still managing to kill quite a lot of them. Matchlock, Yari, Ashigaru. Now here we go. Let's shoot him here. We have more Katana Samurai here. Bo Ashigaru. I mean, hopefully the presence of the general here sort of negates some of their advantage. And if you see, we still have many soldiers to fight, right? That's the main reason why we have to keep them alive for so long, because there's too many to fight. Let's have them charge. They'll hit the Katana Samurai in the rear. These ones will go and fight the Matchlock Samurai. Now hopefully they get surrounded and killed. Meanwhile, we have our Bo Ashigaru, and they should be able to kill quite a few of them. Let's send them against the Yari next. And we have Yari here. We don't want the Yaris to fight our horsemen.
My lord, we are betrayed. Lord Hideaki has joined forces with the Tokugawa and is now charging down the mountain towards us.
All right, here we go. Now the samurai are all routed now. That's good. They got attacked in the rear. And here's another one here. Bowmen here. Let's see if we can charge the bowmen directly here and get rid of them. Let's do this here. And our bowmen here are gonna go and fight there. Now we do have a weakness, and the weakness is that we're not hitting this one here with our advantage, right? So let's get off the advantage here. Get up. let them get on the horses first. And where are Katana Samurai here? We still have the majority of our Katana Samurai alive, which is excellent. That's exactly what we need. And we need them to basically fight over here near this choke point, right? That's what we need to engage these Nagata Samurai. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a while for them to get over there, right? So let's send 2 to get over there. Whoops, we don't want that. 2 are already there, right? I thought they were spare, but they're not. We have 2 here. We have these 2 here that are gonna be over here, right? And we want our Inuyasha here to basically get on the horses here. And then we want to stand and fight here, right? Because this is going to be our last stand here. If we can block this fort off and stop these from coming in, we're going to be okay. And here are the horsemen coming in to kill the Bo Ashigaru here. Matchlock Samurai fighting here, these 2 here. This one here is fighting this one. Here we go. And let's bring our general a little bit closer into here, and we will stand and fight here, right on this fort. That's where we will hold our last stand, right? Well, let's see how this is going here. Yari Ashigaru wavering here. And let's do the inspire here. We're going to inspire these ones to fight. And we're going to stand and fight. That should give an even bigger bonus to our troops here. And it looks like there's a little bit here, so let's block off here because it looks a little bit fragile here. Maybe here we'll do it on the opposite side like this. It's too bad there's no canister shot or whatever it is, because it's really asking for a lot of issues, right? Matchlock Samurai, confidence. Let's bring these 2 back. Turn this off, and we're gonna bring the rest of these back to where the bowmen are. And what are these? More of these. To where the bowmen are. Gonna make them basically these are, they're starting to and let's do this, right? Maybe we can't run. I thought they were routed, and we wouldn't have to run here. I want to bring him into range of the general. That's the main thing, right? But it's not gonna happen. Anyway, we have some Bo Ashigaru, Katana Samurai, Yari Ashigaru. It looks like it got the allies are fighting, which is excellent. We're gonna send in the horses to finish off the matchlock. Probably should have done that a lot earlier. And we've got the 2 the general here, which we haven't spent much time fighting. So let's send these to fight the general first. These ones will fight the general. there's no more over here, right? We haven't killed the general yet, so they are pretty good. And we're gonna send these to fight the matchlock samurai here. Let's see this thing here, if they've managed to break through yet. Not yet. So let's see if we can join the fight here. Maybe there's a way. I mean, there we go. And I mean, you have to think that that this would basically do something, yeah. I mean, they're all stuck up here like this. And here we're sending 100 horses to fight his 50 here. And it looks like our allies have actually defeated the enemy here. There's one that's shaken here and shattered, which is hilarious. We've actually beaten them that way. And it looks like, I mean, those are dead there, right? Send these here, or to the center. It looks like that's a little bit close to getting killed. You have to imagine that this has to have something here, right? I mean, you're fighting here, the samurai fighting here, they're all blocked up here, and how else can we go around? I mean, there's a ford here, so suppose we could send the horses all the way around and hit them in the back, right? That's a possibility. My forces are right now engaged. They're busy fighting the general here. 35, 47. I don't know if these and get them off the wedge formation. Fight and hopefully kill the general quickly. And it looks like these ones here have managed to beat off the enemy there. We can send these over to fight those now. And there you go. These they're gonna beat that katana cavalry now because horses are really bad. They're not dismounting to fight either. It's very, very bad. They're sort of breaking through here. Hopefully the samurai are gonna run around and sort of fight that there. These ones here, are they losing or not? 18. I should send these horsemen around, all the way around to hit them in the back. I don't know how to do that. Let me see if there's a way, there's a path. There's no path here, except for here, right? So let's go all the way around. It's quite a ways to go all the way around. Let's do that, and let's have all these shoot these. Right, and now it's just one big glob of men. You managed to kill the general, right? Let me take a look here. Ieyasu, 14. You might actually rout one of my men. Actually, that's very interesting. 14. Let's pull them out. Oh, they retreated. That's very interesting. The general's bodyguard is supposed to have the worst stats, and they managed to kill one of my troops. But Let's have this continue. I mean, just in case, we'll send more horsemen here, and one of these horsemen are not doing anything anyway. Send more horsemen. These ones here, Yaru Ashigaru, shaken. And we need to send in more troops to block the entrance if possible. I mean, and then these ones here will go all the way around, right? So it's sort of a meat grinder here. There's no cannons, so everyone should just be doing that. But let's see. As long as we can drop the general, we can win this, right? That's what I think. General's down to 5 units. He's dead. Okay, now they should get a very bad morale shock now. We're gonna use hammer and anvil here too. Now let's bring this in. These horsemen here. I'm gonna dismount these ones here and use them as katana samurai. Okay, these horsemen, they've gone all the way around. Now it's sort of just a really big mob of soldiers all stuck there. There we go, and now it's unblocked. I can send my katana samurai to attack their rear, right? Let's see if this actually works here. It's one big mob of soldiers, right? And we've got our bowmen here. We should win this. They don't have a lot left, but it's always possible that somehow this mob sort of unlocks itself, and then we get screwed, right? So we gotta make sure that they're sort of all stuck and funneled in here. Yeah. These troops here, more katana cavalry. Let's bring them over here just in case we need to use them again. And here we'll dismount here. And that's another 50 samurai we're gonna have to fight. Once they're off their horses, right? I mean, it looks like they're slowly getting pushed to death here. But let's see what happens here. I mean, look at this here. I don't know how many men are here, right? They're all stuck here. It's almost like that old Roman battle, the Cannae battle, where everyone got stuck in a meat grinder. They couldn't move and they just all sort of died. There's the question here, are these doing well, right? Attacking them in the rear. And I think they are doing well and managed to kill the general off, right? Everything is just, they're all just stuck inside here and blocked. They were blocked from maneuvering, so they're all defeated. I mean, you would think that these arrows would kill them all off, but not really. And they're all just stuck. They can't fight. I wonder if the computer gives a bonus for if they're surrounded. Anyway, there you have it. Battle of what is this? I even forget the name now. It's the Battle of Sekigahara, and Ieyasu, the first shogun of Japan, did not win this fight. He lost badly, and basically we did it by sort of using rock paper scissors, attacking the right things, using hammer and anvil, and knowing exactly where the enemies would come. Right? You know your enemy by playing the map and restarting it again, and you can win 1,000 battles. Anyway, I'll see everyone later, and I'll post it up on YouTube in a little bit.
Despite betrayal, we have crushed Ieyasu once and for all. The Toyotomi clan and name will live on.
costly victory. I'm probably not going to play most of Shogun 2 because I like the gunpowder era a lot better. I just wanted to try what it would be like with just the bows and the spears and the swords and the horses, and it's a lot more rock paper scissors, and it's a little bit annoying because the bowmen are not really good at melee combat at all, and the spearmen get rocked by the swordsmen, so it's not the kind of thing that I like. I like my my troops a little bit more versatile. So we have this, the Katana Samurai killed a lot. One of these spearmen units killed a lot. Probably the one that killed both the horses. And the Katana Cavalry killed a lot too. This one didn't kill a lot. Lost 42 here. And the ally in the end started fighting for us when he was forced to. So that was it. And we can't save the replay for some reason, which is fine. See everyone later.